Welcome back to Garage K. On this episode, I'm going to continue working on the Every Van.
And it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet, but what's unusual about that?
That's right, you requested it, I'm doing it. More footage of the Every Van, more footage than you can poke a stick at. It's pretty much me all doing the same thing over and over again, but I feel good about this one. I hope you enjoy it. It's time to get it done, so go get a beverage, get some popcorn or something, and let's go. Well, it's a new day and I'm back out here, and of course I started doing stuff before I had the camera on, so let's see what I'm up to. Alright, the reason the ground is wet is because I stuck the hose into there, the garden hose, and did my best to flush the system out. Also stuck the hose in there and flushed that out. Now, what are we looking like in the daylight? Looks pretty good. I got a little bit of water in here through the holes while I was spraying water around. But I decided to get the camera because I've decided to pull this area out. Shoo! Gonna pull that center out and try and flush more of the water system because, or coolant system, because it was full of rusty gunk. Horrible. Let's see how we go. Okay, to get out this, yeah, pretty done all the screws, by the looks of it. Now, over the front, come out of there. Much get rid of this anyway because this car's not staying automatic. Now we say goodbye. Get out. Right. I kind of need to keep this connected because otherwise the car's going to roll away. Come with me. I've got a bit of a wiring issue happening here. If we get you out of there. Look what I found. Ew, yuck. You see that? That's on the brake here, on this switch here. When the brake is down, when the handbrake is down, it's disconnected, right? But when the handbrake is up, it connects this wire to earth, and that is how they stop you from watching your TV while you're driving. You have to have your handbrake on, right? Well, if you take that wire and just run it directly to earth, well, then you can always watch TV. You didn't hear that here. As you can see, this is quite crusty around here. I don't know, but I guess it's because this cap is leaking. Something just fell over. Is this going to be full of coolant? Well, actually, no, it won't be full of coolant. It'll be full of fucking rust, if anything. Oh, Jesus. Okay, and we are completely empty in there, but this cap's rooted. I need a new cap now. Shit. Is this where it was leaking from? It's hard to know, but I mean, if it's up here, if it's the highest point has got to be where it's coming from, right? Because water runs down. Yeah, so... Oh, yeah. Now I want to try and flood this with water, but I don't want to flood the car with water. So, I wish I had a helper. Alright, here we go. Okay, that's Not working, and I suspect because this hose is going up higher than it should be. Needed to be going lower. Okay, I should have filmed that. Watch this. Here we go. Okay, we're full here. Right, you're coming with me. Alright, let's put this down here for a minute. Alright, ready? Watch this. What the fuck? Dirty shit. This is the cap from inside the car, and what do you know? It actually fits. So these are, as much as I can tell, these are standard size caps. So I might just go buy one, like a good one, instead of using this shit, because the carry one appears to leak as well. And I don't trust it. And the carry one's new. Is it this edge or is it the cap? Don't know. Don't know what to tell you. Could be either. Now again, because I'm not keeping this thing in automatic, I can actually get rid of this here. This is the wire that allows you to move it out of park as soon as the key's turned. Not necessary. So it's screw under here, which isn't tight. There we go, and Gonskis. You get rid of this. I'm not sure how without breaking it though. I'm actually inclined to just snap it. What are you talking about? I can't see what you're talking about. This thing here. I'm not sure how to get that out. Yep. Ah, fuck. Just smashed my finger. Ouch.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change, without passion, and without logic. It lives to kill. A mindless eating machine. It will attack and devour anything. It is as if God created the devil and gave him Harry.
Okay, I'm going to start putting this back together. I've removed all the old tape off it and I'm going to put new tape on. A couple of sections require some special technique, like this here. You basically need the tape to be connected at the top, but run down here and then run down there. You see? So what I'm going to do is just get regular tape and then cut it down the middle. This is just regular foam tape. I went and got some light so I can show you what I'm talking about. See that join? Look at that. Magical. And then the other one, the first one that I did, looks like that. So it's got, this is all one piece, just cut down the middle and then separated so that it fits properly. Okay? Right. I already did that one, did that off camera, and I'll get one more to go on the other side, which is over here. On this side I'm going to leave it a little bit sticking up just to create a bit of an overlap like I did on this one. Just a little bit. About there. It's probably about right. You can always cut it off if you've got too much. If you don't have enough, you're up shit creek without a paddle. Now, which way? Is it in the middle or is it on the outside? I reckon we'll run a bit of both. Rightio. Old mate next door's going for a walk. Noisiest gate in all of the world. No. Just a little bit up. I'm going to stick out just a little bit too so we can wrap it around the edge. I'm not really sure if it's necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. Alright, get rid of that. That we're a little bit long, but it's all right. Make sure you press it in quite a lot so that it gets a chance to stick. Just chances are you're gonna have to manhandle it to get it back together again. You don't want it grouping up on itself. Give it a bit of a fucking haircut there. Take it to the barber. Right, now those bits go together. Oops, just snap that bit off. Alaka fucking Zam. Look at that. Beautiful seal. Look at that. Okay, this is going to either work really well or I'm going to have a really bad time. I'm probably thinking the latter is going to happen, solely for the fact that it's very difficult to get this in without touching the fucking, I've already done it, without touching that. So you have to line it up properly, and it's not an easy thing to do. There you go, got it. So we're going to go all the way down onto there like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same around this. Okay. Now, the question on everyone's lips, can I get this put back together without getting the silicone absolutely everywhere? And the answer is probably no. No, probably not. Ugh. I'm gonna have to drop it. You go there somewhere. And there like that, and you go together like that. Then we've got all these little clips that will now be missing. Here's one. There's one. There's two. This one on here. Three. Another one. The other side here. This is where I figure out that I forgot to put part of it back together again. There's one here, right? Yep. That's one. And I fucking can't see. That's it there, I'm sure of it. It doesn't want to go together. There we go. Okay, so we're back together. How are we looking from the other side? Does look like we've got a decent seal on the other side. There is a tiny little screw that we're supposed to put in, but I can't find it. Alright, so now it fits up in there, but I have to seal up this wall first. So how are we going to seal it against the wall? I don't think foam tape is going to cut it, personally. I think it's still going to leak, and I'll be back pulling it all apart again. So I kind of want to put silicone on it, some RTV sealer. So I think I'm going to do that. It's going to be grey. It's probably not going to be very cool looking from the other side, but I don't know. I think if I can get this to work, it'll probably be good. Maybe I should put some masking tape on the opposite side to try to stop it from going everywhere. Maybe. Or I could just not be completely useless. But then I probably am completely fucking useless. Alright, here we go. Press this into place, and then hopefully later I'll still be able to get it undone.
There is a creature alive today who has survived millions of years of evolution without change.
As you can see here, I've got a zip tie around this, around the pipe for the aircon, and I'm using that as a spacer, using that cap as a spacer to get the right distance out so that it's pulled nice and tight. Very difficult to see in there, as always. Everything that I film is difficult to see. I can see it. Can you? That's the question. But yeah, it's just pulled in tight so that the silicone can seal, and it looks from this side, from where I'm standing, to be a pretty good seal. Now here's a bit of a spoiler alert. This video contains one fatal error. I am going to have to go back and redo what I've done, and that is remove the automatic stuff. The problem is that I can't find a pedal box for a manual. As we know, the model number and all of that of like the chassis number and the model number is more important than the year. If you look at the van, the carry, and the other van, the two vans are very, very different, but the truck and the van are the same-ish, kind of. Well, the pedal box in my silver van, well, actually, the whole front firewall is completely different in the van, in the silver van to the white van. So I can't steal the pedal box out of the silver van and chuck it in the white van to make it into a manual. That was a last resort option if I couldn't find the pedal box on Yahoo Auction. I can't find the pedal box in Yahoo Auction, so that van, the white van, might have to stay automatic for quite some time, or possibly even indefinitely. I don't really want to buy another van just to steal the pedal box out of it, because then that renders the entire van useless. So unless someone watching this has a pedal box for a DA52V early, the early one, not the late one, because the late one shares the same as the DA62, then yeah, this van needs to stay automatic, and all of those things that I removed, that cable that I pulled out and possibly broke, I'm gonna have to put back in again or jerry rig it. So yeah, look forward to watching me put the automatic stuff back in against my will. And that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you'd like to see what I do next, hit subscribe and get the notifications on. Otherwise, you won't be informed when the next video drops. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do that by getting your name on the Garage K door. Details on how to do that, as always, are in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Later.